Hi my YouTube family, this is Melody from Home Garden and Fashion. I thank you so much for being here today. Today we're going to have a wonderful time together.
First, and this is very easy, but it's a beautiful gift, and the card is already, as I have shown you, card is already inside. Here it says, I love you mom, happy Mother's Day. So there is no way you could wipe it off or replace it, anything. So this is going to be permanent forever. This is a permanent glitter glue slash paint, so this will be forever. And this is a beautiful party purse, and you can even glue a tiny little chain purse in here while making. And I didn't do that. This is a party purse, just carry for a few stuff. And you can even glue a long chain, or just put a chain to carry it in your shoulder. You can do a lot of other variation with it. So let's get to see how this one. Another piece of sequence fabric or any kind of shiny fabric. And now this cardboard is 12.5 inches long, 9.5 inches wide, and my fabric is 16.5 inches long and 12.5 inches wide. Now you put this thing, you have to work before you make this thing. You use the felt and write on the felt on the top whatever you want to write. I love you mom, happy Mother's Day, whatever it is that you want. Now you fold this like this and fold this side like this, and then you fold it inside, make it nice and neat like this, and you pin all around all the sides. All the sides you're gonna pin it like this. So you go around all the sides and you use enough pin and pin it. Once you do that, then you use a big needle and stitch all around. So like this you will pin it. This pin got bended. I have used all these pins, so they got bended. So like this it will hold, and then like this. So you go around like this all around and pin it, and then you stitch, hand stitch. Let me pin one side and stitch little bit and show you, then you'll know what I mean. So like this. And when you fold it, make sure all your sides are equal. You don't fold one side too much, one side little. You have to make sure that all your sides are equal. And the same way you will do all the 3 more sides. Kind of snap buttons. This kind of snap buttons. Now with this button, you put one of these sides up here and you hot glue it. I stitched it and it was a little bit difficult, so you can hot glue it. I love stitching, so I stitch it, but you can hot glue. And then you fold it and make sure you know where your other button will be. And then you make a mark with a chalk. You use a chalk, make a mark, put this one here and hot glue it. So you have your top and the bottom like this. And then, you know, put anything you want. You can put a beautiful button, you can put a wide mirror, you can put anything that you like. I'm using this one. I'll show you how to make that one next. Sequence fabric, we are making this little flower. You will put your needle inside here, little bit pick up the fabric, more needle coming out the back, little bit pick up the fabric, back is more long stitch, front little, This is you're just doing to gather the fabric to make a flower looking like this. Continue doing this until, now remember to do very little in the front and lot in the back. You're just gathering this fabric. You can make a little bit bigger flower. This is depending on how big is your circle. This circle I think is a little bit small, so that's why the flower, the smaller the circle, the smaller the flower. So if you want a bigger flower, you can do a bigger circle like this, almost there. Okay, so now you pull a little bit more. This flower is gonna come out tiny little because we so as you see, this is become very little, but it's all right. You tie it here. Okay, once you've done that, then you go like this in the back. Then again you come from the back to the front. You're just gathering this thing and making sure it stays gathered like this by giving few stitches. See how it became like a flower? The bigger it is, the better flower it will be. It's up to you if you want to make a big one. Now after you've done this few times, then you will put this glitter paint and then you stick this mirror, and then you will use more paint and go around. I'll show you that one, and we have to keep it aside, and we're gonna use just one of the made one, because once you put the mirror, the glue, you have to set it outside for 2-3 hours to dry. The longer it is, the glue, you leave alone the mirror and the glue, the better it will hold on to each other for a long time. And this mirror you have to give generous amount of glue and stays good. So now you see we have this flower. Now in that flower I'm gonna use this glitter fabric paint, and I will put a generous amount. If it comes out, I will put a generous amount because we're gluing a mirror, so we need a lot. Once you set it like this and then you press, make sure the glue comes in the side. That's the glue we're going to use for the beads. Now you can add a little bit more glue to it for your beads. Right now it doesn't look good. It will look good when it dries. When you're working with this glitter fabric paint glue, whenever I have decorated something, many of the viewers disliked. The reason it is because the glue does not look good when it's wet. When it's dry, then it looks very pretty. It looks either multicolor or silver or gold. But when the glue is wet, it does not look good. The decoration does not look good when the glue is wet. So do not dislike just because the glue is not looking good. The glue, as I mentioned, it does not look good when it's wet. When it will dry, it will give a beautiful silver color. When it will dry, if it's a gold color glue, it will give a beautiful golden trim. So be patient and wait till it dries. Wet decoration does not look good for this paint. Now you see, this is how the flower turned out. Now you leave this flower alone for 3 hours solid. let it dry completely. Then you will see this glue will turn to beautiful silver color. That time you will hot glue this on the purse. So I will let it sit inside, and I will use the one already. See, I have already made it. I let it dry for a whole night, overnight, and now you see all this paint dried and it becomes silver color. All you can see is these beads, so you fill out all the sides with beads. Now I still have some marks. I measured this 1 inch so I can wipe it off with little bit wet piece of cloth. That's it. Now what I need to do is fold it. Remember, I stitched the button. You can glue it. With that, you're gonna hot glue this thing on top. So this is your top, and I will go ahead and stitch that. Show you how you stitch it. I don't like the hot glue, so I will just stitch it. So since when I stitch my flower to this one, I did not put the mirror. I first stitched, then I put the mirror, and then I let it dry for 3 hours. But since I put the mirror, this one already, I'm gonna stitch the sides. I won't be able to stitch the middle because there's mirror there. So I'll stitch the side to this purse, and it'll be exactly same the way the other one is. So you get a good needle and you give a nice stitch on the, oh, I forgot to put a knot at the end. It came out. This bag turned out so pretty. Now we have a last job. After this we have a last job, which is just stitching the sides, and that will do with beads. So we finish all the job and keep the sides for the last. If you have to stitch this one, you make sure you have a nice strong needle, because this requires a strong needle. So I would suggest that you hot glue it. That will be easier. Let me stitch this and I'll get back to you. So I have stitched this one. As you see, I have stitched this one, and now we're going to do the sides. So in order to do the sides, you're going to do the sides from outside. We're not going to do the side from inside. You take your needle and go through inside. Just we're trying to get this knot inside, and then you stitch like this. Give a little stitches. So first we stitch one time, and then we're gonna do the second time with the beads. First time we make sure that we stitch good like this. So we gathered it together and stitching like this. Very simple. Make sure you have a nice strong needle to go through all this fabric and your cardboard like this. I see how smooth the stitch is coming. So you have your fabric and the threads the exactly same color. Like this. We continue stitching the entire side, and then I'll put the beads. So you see, it's completely holding. So you go like this all the way to the top. Hold it like this. This one you have to have a little bit of patience to do this. This. You see, you put it through this and pull together. Pull your fabric together. So it's very tiny little stitches. You cannot even see the stitches. The stitches are coming so tiny. And keep it limited to the sides. Don't go too much further inwards. So just stitching the sides like this. Now we're almost done all the way to the top. So you see how this side is stitched completely. Now these are just little beads. You can find anything matching beads. You can put contrasting color too if you want. So you put a bead inside your needle and you hold the bead up and you go stitching both of them and pull the bead. See, the bead is there. Now you go through the bead and go again. So that way the bead will be stitched properly. See, the bead is stuck. Now you go again through this like this and you get another bead inside and you stitch again. And now you go second time inside the bead. You go inside the bead, come on out and stitch again. That way you make sure that you secure the bead well. Now third time you can just put the bead here. Sometimes it might get tangled up. That time you have to pull it and fix it. Now you space out the bead. Do not put bead on top of each other and then go inside and come out again. Space the bead out. The biggest. You see how I space the bead out? Like this you will continue putting all the sides with beads. This and go inside the bead. First you get the bead inside, then go inside the bead one more time to make it very sturdy. Now you get more beads, put it through the, so always space them out. Beautiful beaded, and you will do exactly the same thing over here. First you make them together. Use your big needles to stitch it first if you cannot do it in little. And then you enter the bead, and once you enter the bead you stitch first and again go inside the bead, stitch second time. Give her on a Mother's Day, which she will remember for a long time, and it will take you a little bit hard work to create this, to show mother appreciation that she brought you to this world.
Hi, thank you so much for being here today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment and share this video. Thank you. May God bless you all.